If you'd like to see more of our videos, hit the subscribe button to stay on top of the market news. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMtrading. Today's August 31st, 2020, and today is Monday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the Nasdaq hitting 12,000 and selling above it. Really unbelievable, and this is pushing higher. But first, let's take a look at the various markets. So looking at the economic events for the week, we do have certain events coming up later in the week, but nothing scheduled for today. But looking at the various markets, starting out with the currencies, the British pound gains versus the US dollar. Dollar getting weaker across almost all the board. We'll take a look at that in just a second. Looking at the Nasdaq, trading to new record highs while the Dow Jones follows higher to 28,700-ish level. It's only 700 points from our all-time record highs. So you could say that this has been a V formation for the Dow Jones, making that recovery. Now looking at the commodities, gold trades higher to 1960-ish level, while oil inches higher to $43 a barrel. And lastly, looking at the stocks, the rotation continues. The tech stocks are actually selling off, even though the Nasdaq is trading at new record highs. Well, Walmart stays strong after that massive surge last Friday. Let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So looking here at the GBP USD, you can see we're trading higher to that 133, finally breaking above it. Now we got to look at a longer time frame to give us some perspective here. The last time we traded around this area was in December of 2019, which is about 7 to 8 months ago, obviously, and making that full recovery right before we hit turbulence going into January, February of this past year. Now, this looks like a massive correction for the GBP versus the USD. If we look at the USD ZAR, also gaining versus the dollar, really flirting around 1645-ish level, gaining as it may break that 1645-ish level if it does gain this area. Now, the Euro USD has been quiet, okay? Didn't trade above it, didn't hit that 19-ish level and sustain it. So I'm wondering if it's actually going to play catch up later today. So something to keep on the back radar. Now, looking at gold, trading at 1965 right-ish here as it broke that range and after the consolidation. Okay, so with that said, it failed. That head and shoulders did fail, okay, because this was our potential head and shoulder last week. That was a shoulder, this was your head, this was a subsequent shoulder, but it never broke. Okay, so meaning to say that it is still strong, and I think it's going to continue trading within this range of 1980 on the upside and 1922 on the downside until it does break out one of those two parameters. Now looking at oil, not much doing, okay, but it is trading up this morning, 43.25 right now, just perking up a quarter. Now the high is 43.75, so something to consider if this does consolidate and does continue this momentum on the upside. Now looking at the Nasdaq, this is the one that has taken us to 12,000. There we go. If we look at a 4-hour chart, we can see it a little bit better. It inches higher and then sells off, inches higher and then sells off. I'd like to see this continuation. Now what I want to highlight here, what is beautiful about the Nasdaq, is that if you look at the volume down here, okay, every time there's a volume spike, it's always when it's hitting higher, hitting higher, hitting higher, hitting higher. That is what you want to see in a healthy trend-based or upper trend-based kind of scenario, okay, where the uptrend is followed with higher volume to sustain that buying, as it's hitting higher and higher. So this is a bona fide buying. This is not a fake out on the upside and then it's going to sell off. It may have a correctional day, but at this stage it's bona fide buying. So a lot of optimism in the market right now as we continue going into this September trading session. Now looking at the Dow Jones, finally playing catch up right now, trading at 28,678, selling a little bit off this morning from 28,771. Beautiful range. It's got the range, it's got the volatility, but I'd like to see some follow through later today. Okay, so the stocks coming in later today should follow through. Now if you look at the tech stocks actually selling off, Apple trading at 497 right now, okay, down from its 511 high. Facebook down about 10 points, 11 points from its high of 302 down to 291. Microsoft very close to its highs, I guess you could call it, on its dead highs, as it's 229 off 228. Now looking at Amazon also, 3392, $3,400 stock. This has been really the most incredible thing I've ever seen, as Amazon has doubled in price. And this is not a small stock. This is a major, major component. All right, so I'd like to see some follow through here. Walmart, let's just look at Walmart, the last one at $4, or 4-hour chart, excuse me, 139, sustaining that gain. But we may see some people booking their profits as we go into the last week of summer's trading session. Now, Memorial Day is next Monday, so that is a holiday in the United States. Markets will be closed, so you do want to know that that's coming out. But nonetheless, the markets are still rallying, okay? You got to keep an eye on the volume to see that it's sustainable and to see that it's going with the volume as the market action is hitting new highs. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.